If you're anything like me, you probably can't get enough of the Dutton family and their gripping, often heartbreaking saga. From 1883 to 1923, and even the original Yellowstone series, we've all been hooked on their dramatic storylines. The explosive and, at times, devastating endings haven't stopped us from eagerly anticipating what's next. And now, we're about to dive into another thrilling chapter of the Yellowstone franchise, 1944. Trust me, this new prequel will be everything we've been waiting for, breathing new life into the Yellowstone universe. The Dutton family's journey has always been about resilience, fighting to protect their land, legacy, and family at any cost. And with 1944, we're stepping into a pivotal moment in history: World War II. The 1940s were a time of immense change across the United States, and for ranches like the Duttons, the war wasn't just a distant event. It directly impacted their survival as they helped supply food for soldiers and civilians. The stakes were higher than ever before, and the fight to keep the ranch alive was more intense than anything we've seen in the Yellowstone world. What makes 1944 even more intriguing is that, while we know the Duttons are resilient, we also know their ranch eventually gets lost. This looming fate makes the prequel even more gripping as we watch their struggles unfold. Imagine the Dutton Ranch in the 1940s, busier than ever, but grappling with a labor shortage as young men are drafted into the war. This is where the Dutton women come into focus. With the men gone, it's up to the women and older family members to step up. This could be the moment where we see the Dutton women truly shine. Beyond that, we're also looking at the clash between traditional ways of ranching and the rise of industrial agriculture. It's a tough time, with the war's impact reaching even the remote corners of Montana. How will the Duttons navigate these challenges? 1944 will explore the grit and determination that kept the family together through one of the toughest times in American history. One of the most exciting things about 1944 is that we'll finally get to learn more about John Dutton II, father to the John Dutton we know from the main series, played by Kevin Costner. We've heard bits and pieces about him, but we've never fully explored his story. 1944 is the prequel that will dive into his formative years, showing us how he dealt with the struggles of growing up during the war and how those experiences shaped him into the man we see today. What kind of teenager was John Dutton II? How did the war change him? What values did he hold on to? 1944 will answer these questions and perhaps show us a side of him we've never seen before. Will he be just as tough as his descendants? Or will we get a glimpse of a more vulnerable side to him? The possibilities are exciting to speculate on. Now, let's talk about the casting, because this is one of the most thrilling aspects of any new Yellowstone project. There's already buzz around the possibility of Matthew McConaughey joining the Yellowstone universe, and honestly, I'm all for it. It's rumored that he could play a seasoned rancher, maybe a friend turned foe to the Duttons, or even a distant relative linking the Dutton story to the upcoming Yellowstone sequel. McConaughey has that rugged charm and emotional depth that would make him a perfect fit for the role. Whether he's a Dutton or an outsider, I'm sure he'd bring something unforgettable to the show. What do you think? Should McConaughey play a Dutton in 1944, or would you rather see him as an outside force? And if you loved 1883, then you'll be thrilled by the possibility of seeing Isabelle May back on screen. Her portrayal of Elsa Dutton in 1883 was one of the most unforgettable performances of the series, and her tragic death left a huge impact. So when rumors started swirling that Sheridan might bring her back for 1944, I couldn't help but get excited. The idea is that we could see her play a new generation of Duttons, perhaps giving Elsa a second chance in life. I personally think it would be amazing to see her return, especially in a central role. What do you think? Would Isabelle May's return add to the story, or should we let Elsa's legacy remain untold? One of the things I've always admired about Taylor Sheridan's work is how everything feels connected. From 1883 to 1923 and now to 1944, the Yellowstone universe builds on itself, creating a rich narrative that spans generations. 1944 will show us the next chapter in the Dutton saga, exploring how the family became the fierce defenders of their land that we see in the modern-day Yellowstone series. Sheridan has made it clear that he wants the franchise to feel like one continuous story, and I think he's doing an excellent job of it. Even though I wasn't thrilled with how Yellowstone's final season played out, I can still appreciate how Sheridan has built an entire universe that feels interconnected and immersive. 1944 promises to be an exciting new addition to the Yellowstone franchise. With production starting in early 2025 and a potential release date in November of that year, there's plenty to look forward to. And when that first trailer drops in fall 2025, you can bet I'll be watching it on repeat. In the meantime, let's keep the conversation going. Do you think knowing the Dutton family's full history changes how you view the main Yellowstone series? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and follow for more updates on the Yellowstone universe, including everything we can expect from 1923 Season 2.